Alright, I am back to Israeli Air Force leader after I had to interrupt my previous playthroughs, and I am going to completely restart from the beginning. I'm going to play it chronologically throughout the years, and I'm going to start with the War of Independence, which was exactly what I was playing before. When I had to interrupt it, and I wasn't happy with the way the videos were coming out, and yeah, I'm still trying to find my special style on it. And what I like in the War of Independence is that the airplanes that both sides have is still World War II models. So we have a I.A.F 109, which is pretty much just a 109 really. We have P-51 Mustangs, we have Spitfires, and we have bombers in the shape of B-17s. And the enemy in this case is, given it's the War of Independence, we are all the Arab countries are encroached against, well, not getting into political stuff, the creation of and expansion of the Israeli enclave in detriment of the Palestine. So yeah, there was a war. The map is not divided into areas. I'm going to put the camera a bit more. Oh, yeah, there's the light there, but okay. I mean, the area is not, the entire area is a stress 3, which is very high. This is a difficult campaign to play through, but wow, my LED lights are flashing. This is insane. I have to replace that one. Don't know if you can see the flash. You should be able to. Yeah, it's really annoying. Can you see that? It's insane. Okay. But let's do it anyways. So it's a difficult campaign. We're going to play the long version. And the long version is, we need a lot of points. So for a great evaluation, and it lasts 12 days, we need 32 victory points or more to have a great evaluation. But anything adequate and above is good. So for the standard weapons, we have the MK81s and 82s, which is pretty much what B-17s and other bombers took during World War II. Same with the MK83 and the rockets. So we have a lot of bandits that we have to put on the cup. If this is a cheat pull solitaire game, so we have to go and blindly take out the cheats and all that. So there's we have the no sight, no bandit. We have heavy MGs, we have Machis, 205s, which is the Italian airplane from World War II. There's Spitfires, there's anti-aircraft guns, Bofors, there's anti-aircraft machine guns, M1939, and more Machis. Regarding the recon, Intel Infra Invasion is pretty much, it's very similar to the others. So I'm going to select my crew, and we'll come back to that after I did. So catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so we have our player log, and we selected our campaign 1948. We start with 39 special option points. It's a long and it's gonna last for 12 days. So overview for this campaign is skilled level, and it reads that after declaring independence on April 15th, so 1948, the combined forces of Egypt, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, and Lebanon came together to destroy the young country of Israel before it could gain strength and become a regional power. So there's some special rules regarding. So there's a maximum effort rule that we can use, which is at the start of a day you may spend 1 special option point to treat a shaken pilot as okay, or 2 special option points to treat an unfit pilot as okay, but only for the duration of the mission. The pilot loss penalty is nominal, so we should be okay. Regarding the length of the mission, we can choose one newbie, 2 greens, 6 averages, 2 skilled, and 1 veteran. The veteran is gonna be one of our Spitfires. So we're gonna choose. Let's see if we have a veteran Spider. No, I picked up the Avias. Sorry, the Spitfires are the white ones. So we want a veteran. We have Lightning. It's gonna be our veteran. We need also 2 skilled, which also will be Spitfires. Let's see. We already have Lightning as but we can take Steel. So we have 1 skilled. It's going to be Steel, and and we're gonna take Steel and Iron as our skilled pilots. Okay, so we have a nice Vic here with veterans and 2 skilled. Now we have 6 average. So for the averages, we're going for the P-51s. So we're gonna have Painter. Let's see, Painter. I'm gonna choose 3 P-51s. Okay. Gonna have Hungry. We're going to have Cat. And now we will want more. We will want, let's put Shark, B-17. So we have 3, 4, we need 2 more. So we're going to also put Shark. We have Shark, we can put Thunder, our 2 B-17s, but they are expensive to put. Let me think. So we have 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna put Spider. So 5 and Ocean. So that's our, okay, so veteran, 2 skilled, and 6 average. Okay, now we need 2 green and okay, for the greens I'm going to take a B-17, and I am going to take we already have Spider. Okay, can take Web, I guess. All right, 2 greens and now a newbie, and let's put the newbie as the prince in a Spitfire. So let's organize everything. Let me grab it so we can have a clear idea of our forces. We are commanders of a squadron, right? We are not commanders of the entire Air Force and all that. So what we have to do is do the best with what we have, right? So in order, we have our leader, or our pilot leader, which is Lightning. Then I thought Steel and Iron would be excellent for the skilled pilots. Okay, right? Okay, these are our top pilots. Then for the averages, I thought also a trio of, this case there is Mustangs. We have Cat, Painter and Hungry. And then we selected the B-17 for the bombing, and 2 Avias 199s as average as well. So Ocean, Spider and Shark. And for the green pilots, we have also a Bomber, Thunder and then Web in the Avia 199. And finally, the newcomer to the squadron, it's also Spitfire, it's Prince. So I'm gonna fill their names on the roster, and well, catch you guys after it is done. So be right back. All right, now that we have our sheet built up, we can spend operation points on skills for the pilots. Each one can take up to 2 skills. So we have all our counters. So I'm going to, whoops, there, okay. So just to use them on the cards to know who has who. So we have pilot skills like Fighter Pilot, which adds 1+1 to air-to-air attack rolls at range 1+, and Brave, Cocky, Diligent. So I'm going to think a bit of what is normal for, and make it not gamey but acceptable. And I'll come back and we will see which ones I chose. I don't want to spend that many points because we have 39 and it's a long campaign, so we're gonna spend 3 points per skill. So I don't really want to spend that much. So guess catch you guys in a bit once I've distributed all the skills and see how the squadron goes. So be right back. All right, I have went through all the pilots and the skills that we chose. I'm gonna move out the ones that I didn't put any skills on them, and we're going through the ones I chose and see what their effects will be in the game. I'm going to take out the ones that had nothing, and I resolved to spend 15 SOs, special option points on the skills. So we took Team Player for our Veteran. Team Player means when this pilot suppresses a bandit or a site for on behalf of another player, he adds +1 to the suppression roll. Okay, air to air, if his stress is under 0.6, is +1, air to ground is +3. So with the team player, yeah, it's good, and he is the veteran of the squadron, so it makes sense. For Steel, which is a skilled pilot, we spent Overwatch, and Overwatch means once per mission during the bandit's move step, if a bandit moves into range of any of his weapons, and he has cannon, so it's range 0, it's if they enter their area, you may perform an attack against the bandit. So technically I'm on the high perch and make a dive attack and then continue the attack. Alright, for our B-17 we chose Eagle Eyes. Let's put it here so you can see it better. So Eagle Eyes means it gains +1 on air to ground rolls from high altitude, which we will need, especially the B-17s and those harder targets. And let's suppose they have been flying throughout World War II. Lots of mercenaries and idealists went to fight for Israel, so yeah, why not? They have a good bomber, and yeah. For Cat, one of our Mustangs, we chose fighter pilot, and Cat is pretty good actually, although he has a cool of 0 and situational awareness of 0. I gave him fighter pilot, and fighter pilot means he adds +1 to air-to-air attack rolls at a range of 1+. On this case, the range is 0, which actually, now that I see it, it's a silly choice. So I can't attack him, so what I can give him is, I'm gonna change, and I'm gonna give him the Diligent, because it was one that I was thinking of, so I'm gonna change it, right? I'm gonna give him Diligent, which means if this pilot did not fly yesterday, he gains +1 on all rolls today. So I was going to give him fighter pilot, but he needs to be on the range 1+, and the range for of all planes for this campaign is 0. It's World War II. It's right on top of them. 200 meters max, right? 300. All right, and for Hungary, average pilot on a P-51D Mustang, we gave him Amiable. Select another pilot that flew on the mission, the same mission he flies, to have one less stress after the homebound event. So we have a lot of supportive skills here that help the entire squadron instead of being just ace-bound squadron. So now what I'll have to do is mark that I purchased X for the skills, and etc, etc. So we'll come back. All right, so we have our squadrons chosen, we have our skills chosen, we have everything set up. Now we need to look at the map and see which where's my, is there? We have to see which targets we need to have on our pool of targets. So if we start from north-south, we have, for example, number 1, which is a small convoy of troops, And if you look to the card, it will say that during the 40s you need 2 hits, during the 50s you need 3 hits. Okay, so we have number 1. Let's put it like that, just number 1. And let's go number 2, which is a supply convoy. During the 40s needs 3 hits, during the 50s needs 4 hits. Also has footnotes like secondary invasion, scramble, soft vehicle, which means several things that we'll go through as we play. So we have number 34. I have them in order so it's easier. Number 34, which is a forward base. Okay, number 13. 13 is tanks. There we go. A very cool tank. A T-54, something like that. And it can be attacked during the 40s and the 50s. So now 47, 30. So the 47 is bomber defense. It means we are being attacked. And 30. AAA sights. And if you notice, it says objective during the 40s is 2 Bofors 40s, which obviously they can shoot back maybe. So now number 29. Different targets. Oh, AAA vehicles. So for the 1940s campaign, it's only one M1939, but it's nice pictures and all that. Cool. Okay, that's 29. Now 21. The 21 is a supply base. Okay, overkill is 3+ during the 40s, and we gain 1 victory point. Good. So now is 44, which is a fighter sweep. Look at that. Is that a Texan? Looks like it, huh? Now we have 12, which is a tank formation. It's hard target. During the 40s is 4 hits. Okay, that's the 12. Now the 11, which is another. Ooh, it's a tank spearhead. Dun, dun, dun. Secondary invasion, +1 stress. Wow. And this is a vehicle. You notice in the corner, and let's see, this is 11. You see how many planes I can send to this mission to destroy. For this one I can send 5, 6. That's the maximum. Doesn't mean I have to send that number. Okay, that was 11. So now we need target 41. We're gonna shuffle this after we draw them all. 41 is close air support, so it means our troops are fighting in the ground and we need to go there and give them support. So there's a mix of air-to-air combat, a mix of air-to-ground missions, and in between during the missions there's ground targets and there's the prop target itself, and we want to destroy the target. So we are on the 41, so now the 16, and you can see on the map the areas of the targets just for a bit of fluff. So 16 we have artillery, For the number 9, it's infantry. A very nice image there. Look at that. During the 40s is 3 hits. And we have victory points, gives us 2. Secondary soft and dispersed. Okay, now it's number 22. Okay, here it is. Also a nice image. Military base. Look at that. I can send 7 planes, 4 victory points, 1 intelligence, 2 infrastructure. And overkill is 5+ during the 40s. So I gain 4 victory points plus 1 victory point special and need 4 hits. But has a lot of 2 sides on the approach, 5 in the center, 2 bandits on the approach, 4 in the center. Bloody hell. Okay, that was number 22. Now we need the 14. And the 14 is mixed ground troops. So, but this is, yeah, pretty much modern image. Yeah, it's only 1 hit during the 40s. Number 10, which is armored personnel carriers. Okay, during the 40s, 1. Now number 20. So it's not that many targets. We won't use the entire deck, of course. It's troop transports. So soft target. It's all vehicles. And finally, the last one, number 6, which is the stronghold. This one is hard. And is, I think it's probably the best of the targets. It's 5 victory points, and I can gain 1 more for the special if I do an overkill. Alright, so that's all the targets selected for this this campaign. So let's shuffle them and put them on the table. Right, another thing that is important for the development of the missions is the event cards. And the event cards are simply stuff that can happen. And it's regarding ingress, over the target, and regress events. So simple. So we have a mix of United States missile support, we have important targets, early morning stuff, political limitations, political pressure, UN support. So you have a different kind of things. But even for the named ones, the 3 types of, for example, let's see American resupply. In the ingress, we gain 4 SO points. Over the target, we gain 1 SO point for each special weapon we purchased for this mission. So you can never play the event. You never know what. And on the regress, we might win points. Means there's always a resupply. Let's see, for example, I'm gonna take one at the random. For example, okay, it was pre-strike that came out. Remember, we are commanding a squadron, not the Air Force. So we took a pre-strike. It means probably the high command sent another squadron to do something, and during my ingress they destroyed 1 random site in the center area. Or over the target, they might be lending support and destroy 1 random site and bandit. Or in our regress, during our next mission, we draw 1 less site for the center area. So there's always this kind of odd events. We also have, for example, Arab surging. So we have to pay SO points, or we have to move the invasion counter, escalation of conflicts, flight schools, exhaustion. So there's a lot of positive, negatives, neutrals, and mixed in the events. So I like the deck. It's a very cool one. So there we go, event deck. I'm gonna put it on the table and be right back. Also, another thing that the game has is escalation cards. Okay, and escalation cards can mean a lot of things, different things, and usually the target card says if we draw an escalation card or not. For example, Soviet intervention, right? You can see if remaining days are 2+ until the end of the campaign, add 1 to all bandits inside attack rolls. So for example, here we have government pressure, right? So there's different type of escalations that represent the overall situation, political and international diplomatic situations. A UN debate, for example. Remaining days 0+, no effect. Arab coalition, for example, 5+ days until the end of the campaign. Each invasion target moves the invasion counter by 2. And the invasion counter is, I'm going to show it. Let me put the escalation deck here. Okay. So, there's the glare there. So the counter will start at the no penalty, will go to the right, and once we reach the last level, Israel is overrun and we lose. So it's not that easy, and many targets, as we saw. I'm going to draw the first one and then put it, yeah. This one has invasion there. I'm going to put it on the bottom because now I saw which one was it. So it will move recon, intel, infra and all that. But we will see which one of them, for example, as we draw targets and that they have the terms. I'm going to shuffle the escalation cards, put them on the table and be right back. Alright, we are going to set up all the counters that we have the infra, we have the target, we have the flight leader, which is, the flight leader is used in a different airplane in every mission, so I'm gonna leave it there in the corner. So we choose in each mission there's a different flight leader. We have the invasion counter, we have the turn for each. I'm gonna put on turn 1 because each mission has several turns, and we have intel for intelligence. The counters for invasion, go for the no penalty. The target is just to point which one it is. Infra, structure, no change. We have intel, and I'm missing recon. Let me see if I find it. So it's just a way of pointing out where we are and the effects that they have. For example, on intel you see, or on infra, there's a -1 center site and all that from the intel and the recon. And there's one extra counter that I pulled because it's of the situational awareness that lightning has as 1 SA. So that can be used during the missions. Also, the campaign says we use all angle of attack counters, and angle of attack means when we draw the chit to show the angle of attack of a site for example, it means that we can attack, if it has range, for example, to any of the red areas and cannot attack anything on the black areas. So there's also some that is all areas. And yeah, so all of this go to a cup, which is the angle of attack cup, angles of attack cup. So let's just shake it and take it and see what happens. So when we draw the chits for each area attacks what, or attacks which areas. Okay. Then the baddies. So the campaign says we take 12 no sight, no bandit counters. So we have 12 there. Also, it says that we have 4 times heavy MG and Maki 205, which are here. So we have the heavy MG and with the Maki 205. So we have 4 of those. Go to the pile. Also 5 with infantry Spitfire. Dangerous stuff, actually. This is a hard campaign. And then 2 M1939 Maki. Okay, here they are, anti-aircraft artillery and our Makis. And then finally 2 Bofors 40 Spitfires. Okay, and they also go to a cup, so it's the Sights and Bandits cup. We shake it and we take, because we don't know when we take off what we're going to find on the target area. So pretty much we have everything set up except all the bombs and stuff that we can choose during a mission. And as we saw, our special, we can take Mark 81s, 82s and 83 bombs, rockets and fuel tanks. These are standard. I don't pay for them. Special ones, I pay for them. So, but obviously they have different results. So I'm going to put all the weapons aside and then we will see how we're going to start. So cheers, be right back. All right, and finally we have all our weaponry selected. Well, it's kind of our pile of weapons. So we have I won't use fuel tanks on all of them, so just like 4 of them will be enough. And so we will use that. For example, we have the rockets, and one of the funny things, and this is a side, it's that the game designers and or producers in this case decided that we can use double-sided. It means during the campaigns I use these GBU 10s, I won't be able to use rockets. So basically counters have 2 uses. So technically, with the blue is the weight of the weapon, obviously the name, rockets. In this case, the maximum attack range is 1, which is the black disc. So for example, there you have a 0. You have to be over the target. Attack number 7, which means the dart roll. On regarding the soft, no, this is the soft and scattered. No, it's suppression, exactly. The acid with the yellow is suppression. It has +3 on the roll, and L means I have to be low to fire them. Technically, for this campaign, all the weapons I have is low. Every single one. The Mark 83s can only be carried by the B-17s. The 82s and 81s can be carried by any of the planes. And yeah, the airplanes have weight limitations. For example, the B-17s have 5 weight limitation, while pretty much all the others have 1. Means they can't carry the Mk-43, they can only carry a fuel tank and not rockets, or they can take 2 Mk-81 bombs or 1 Mk-82. So I can't take all of them, I have to choose according to the target. So pretty much we have everything set up for the start of the campaign. The pilot loss nominal. The pilot loss is nominal, and it means that we suffer no penalty and we gain 1 pilot at the green skill level. So there's also moderate and severe, but here it's nominal. So we have everything set up for the start of the campaign. We have all our squadron, we have our playmat, and all our stuff on hand. So let's advance for the first mission and catch you on that episode. Thank you for watching and stay well. See you soon. Thank you.